So today we'll begin in our part 2 of this season. So beginning part 2 of the season, I'm just going to change this here. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the light. Okay, so we'll begin kneeling, and we're going to do something, we're going to attempt something called compression lifts. And compression lifts reactivate the pelvic floor muscles. If you have any internal organs that have slightly prolapsed, it's very helpful for that as well. But it takes a little bit of practice, and it sometimes takes a bit of time to understand it and get the hang of it. So just begin kneeling and lengthening through the spine. Okay, good one. Close your eyes and become very aware of everything below the navel and to your tailbone. So everything that was affected by carrying a baby and by moving through birth. Now, whether you had a vaginal delivery or a cesarean birth, sometimes a separation or pressure into the internal organs can actually happen during the birth process, from the cutting and lifting or the pressure down and through the birth canal. Both types of birth have their own issues that arise with the internal organs. So just take a moment to feel and notice if you're feeling weak or you're lacking integrity anywhere. Is there sometimes leakage still when you sneeze? And does it feel strange for you? Because let's say you use a yoni egg, you place the yoni egg and you can feel yourself lift up through those pelvic floor muscles, and yet you still have leakage. This happens. It's not because the muscles around the urethra are actually a different activation than the pelvic floor muscles themselves. They are part of the pelvic floor complex, but sometimes you can strengthen the pelvic floor muscles and still have weakness through the urethra and have leakage. So it can be quite frustrating and interesting, and that's definitely something that happened for me, is that my pelvic floor muscles strengthened and I could feel them strengthening and activating, but I still had leakage because the urethra had been so compromised during birth, and I did have a very small tear in the pelvic floors at one stage. So these decompression compression exercises are going to be quite interesting, but they take a little bit of practice. Take 2 deep breaths in and out. Actually going to come a little bit closer for this. Welcome, Darren. I hope you managed to do part 1, love. Okay, so place your hands on your knees. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, breathe everything out. Bring your chin to your chest, and then at the end of the exhale, see if you can pull your belly back and in. So it's a, and then just pull your belly back and in and pull on your knees. And inhale, let that go. Sometimes it's easier to feel on all fours. So come onto all fours, but only place your right hand on the ground and take your left hand to your belly. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, breathe everything out. Sometimes helps through the mouth. And then suck the belly up and in. So if you see my hand, it goes right up underneath the ribs there. And then let go. Come back to sitting down and see if you can do that again sitting down. We'll just try one more time. Try to do these during the course of the day. Let's say you're at the kitchen counter and you press your hands on the kitchen counter and you can just give it a go. Take a deep breath in. Exhale completely. And then snap the belly back, up and in. It's like you're sucking it in, and you'll even feel the notch in your throat And then release. Let's actually try it one more time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh all out. And then belly up and in. Feel the throat. It's tricky to get. And sometimes you have to really pull and lift. It's tricky to get, but it just helps in the replacement of the internal organs to the correct place. We're going to turn around today onto our backs, and we'll be working with bridges and that feeling of sucking in.
Please will you play with Amadeo so that I can do yoga?
Lucy, I'm just going to mute you, love. Let's mute everybody. Okay. Welcome, Tricia. Right, let's come to lying down on our backs. And you're going to do a bridge and try that decompression breath as well. Now, I'm going to ask you to roll up your blanket and bring it into the inner thighs and squeeze. The reason being, we want the abductor muscles to turn on, because if they're not turning on, neither are your pelvic floor muscles. Press firmly into the feet. Let's do the little marble roll first. So, fingertips to the top of the pubic bone, and then thumbs on the belly button. Pull the pubic bone and the belly button towards each other and keep it there. Feel that movement of squeezing the pubic bone and the belly button towards each other. The tailbone might lift up slightly. Now, squeeze the blanket. Take a deep inhale and begin to lift your hips, still pulling the pubic bone and the belly button towards each other. Keep squeezing the blanket. Take another deep inhale. Exhale everything out of the mouth. Chin to chest and pull the belly in. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, release the belly, squeeze the blanket end of the inhale. Exhale completely. And then pull the belly in and down, chin towards chest. 2, 3, 4. Relax the blanket and the belly for the inhale. And end of the inhale, squeeze the blanket. Exhale completely. Snap the belly up and in. Feel that movement down and deepening. And release. Relax your back body onto the mat. Just let it go. Take the blanket away, but I'd like you to feel that connection through the inner thighs. See if you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Lift your toes up, push into the balls of the feet, spread the toes, and slowly begin to bring the toes down sequentially from the little toe to the big toe. Pubic bone and belly button comes towards each other. Take a deep inhale, start to lift the hips. Keep the feet active. Pull the thigh bones away from the hip socket towards the knees. Squeeze the inner thighs slightly in towards each other. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Bring the belly down, deepen it. Inhale, extend your right leg parallel to your left. Your left leg is working hard and pulse the right leg up and down 3 times. Bend the right knee, place the foot on the ground, anchor it. Feel your shoulders pressing into the mat, elevate the tips of the hip bones higher. Take a deep breath in, long breath out, pull the belly down, extend the left leg, and pulse 3 times, up, down, up, down. Bend the knee, step the foot to the mat, and gently come on down. Relax and feel. Now, please take a little bit of a check on yourself. Were your glutes over-recruiting and overworking, or could you actually feel it in the belly beginning to work? Just notice, it's not right or wrong, it's just how it is when we're reconnecting to the core. Gently lift your knees, take your legs up to the sky, and then bend the knees slightly. The thighs can come a little bit towards the belly. Press your hands into the mat, either side of your hips. Spread your toes so that you're activating the feet and push the inner edges of the feet together. This activates the whole complex of the legs. Deep breath in. Exhale to prepare, pull the belly down. Inhale, lift your hips. It's like an opposite crunch. And exhale, slowly roll the hips down. Inhale, lift the butt. And exhale, slowly roll it down. We're going to do that 3 more times. Squeeze the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, slowly roll down. Squeeze the feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly roll down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly roll down. Bend the knees. Press your hands to your thighs. Push firmly. Pull the pubic bone and belly button towards each other. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, push into your thighs and lift just your head off the mat. Inhale, relax. Exhale, push like crazy into the thighs. Pull your pubic bone and belly button towards each other. Lift the head. Exhaling, bring the belly down. Inhale, relax. Exhale, push into your thighs like crazy. Lift the tailbone slightly. Lift your head. Press, press, press. Squeeze the belly down. Relax. Hug your knees to your chest. And just rock out the lower back. Beautiful. Just bring the light a little closer. Please unmute yourself at any time if you feel that you have a question to ask. We're going to now do the obliques. Very important to take oblique exercises to reconnect the horizontal tissues in the body so that they find each other again. Interlace your hands behind your head, pick your shins up, and then bring your knees over your hips, flare your feet, and shins parallel to the ground. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lift the chin, and take your left elbow over to your right knee and straighten your left leg. Inhale, come back to center, relax your head to the ground. Exhale, firm up the legs, pull your tail up slightly, lift your head, extend your right leg and bring your right elbow to your left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, deepen the lower back to the mat, lift your head, left elbow to right knee, extend the left leg long. Inhale, center, relax your head. Press the inner edges of the feet, draw the pubic bone and belly button towards each other, lift your head through the exhale, left elbow to right knee, extend your left leg, and come back down. 1 more time each side. Deep inhale, belly button down, lift the head through the exhale, right leg extends, right elbow to left knee, come back to center. Final time, opposite side. Deepen, lower back connects to the mat, press the inner edges of the feet, lift your knees, your head, extend, twist, and come back to center. Hug your knees to your chest. Roll over to your side. You don't want to crunch all the way up if you do have an abdominal separation, and then come on up to seated. You'll need your blanket for this. And just a word of warning, take it to the level that feels good for you today. So grab your blanket and roll it into a neat ball. So a neat roll. Here's my blanket roll, and you can just place it off to one side of the mat to begin with. Place your feet firmly on the ground, grip the back of the thighs, pull your seat bones to deepen into the ground as you lift through your chest and lengthen. Draw your shoulder blades down the spine. Now you can see that my spine is quite high, but then from here, through lifting the ribs, I want you to close the ribs and again, deepen the pubic bone and the belly button towards each other. So instead of the curve in the lower back and the chest thrust forward, close the ribs together and feel that girdle of strength around your middle. Then come onto your tiptoes and lean back. Slowly lift your shins, still holding your legs. Keep holding your legs and see how that feels. Flare your toes, glue the inner edges of the feet together, and find your focus here. If it feels good for you, extend your right leg and reach your right arm up to the sky. Hold. Grip your right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine again. Extend your left leg and reach your left arm high. Both knees, capture them. Right leg, extend, right arm lifts. Catch both knees. Opposite leg, left, lift, and hold. Bring your toes to the ground and relax over your thighs. I'm going to take it to one more level, but there's a challenge to this level. If it doesn't feel right for you, you'll just come back to here and stay. However, if you want the challenge, take your blanket and bring your blanket between your ankles and feet. Then place your hands to the ground behind you with your fingers facing in. Squeeze your feet around the blanket, pull your belly in, roll onto the backs of the seat bones slightly, and draw your pubic bone and belly button towards each other. Bend the elbows out and away, roll the heads of the shoulders up, and squeeze and divot between the shoulder blades slightly. Lift your blanket and slowly lengthen the legs. You're leaning into the hands so you have help. Keep your chin down and draw the belly towards the spine. Bend the knees, bring the feet to the ground, and relax. Your lower back might feel slightly achy. We're working into the iliopsoas. If it feels really sore, you're not ready. Otherwise, let's do it again just for a few seconds. Squeeze that blanket, place your hands behind you. The setup is important. Press into the palms, push into your seat bones, lift through the chest, and then feel as though you're drawing the ribs in towards each other and the pubic bone to belly button. Shift your weight back slightly, pick your feet up, hold here a moment. This may be as far as you go today. Squeeze the blanket like crazy and lift your legs. Nice, Tricia, not bad at all considering you didn't have your baby too long ago. Bring the knees down and come on down. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's getting you ready. It's getting you ready for eventually taking it into a full Navasana. But rather find the iliopsoas muscles first before we move into the full Navasana. We're going to take obliques again. Come onto your right hip. Place your right forearm on the ground, parallel to the short edge of your mat. Beautiful. Actually, let's start with the clam. Let's start with clam so we can work the adductors. So take your elbow up to face the short edge of your mat and just bring your head into your hands. Place your hand on your hip and slide your fingers into the inside of the hip bone. This time, not like last week where we did the QL exercises, this time we're focusing on adductors. Keep the feet together, take a deep inhale, clam. Open your clam by lifting your left knee up and then bringing it down. You might feel a really weird squeezy or funny sensation through the back of the hip and the glute. We'll do that 7 times. That's 2, 3. Try not to roll back too much. You have your hand on your hip so that you are truly working through the correct muscles instead of just swinging your hips around. Keeping your feet together and opening and closing that knee. It may seem like the simplest thing, but we're reconnecting the pelvic floor muscles, particularly on that left side for the moment. Beautiful. Now let's take it into obliques. Place your left palm on the ground, bring your right forearm to the ground. Your fingers face the long edge of the mat, forearm is parallel with the short. From here, lift your hips, take your hand behind your head, inhale, thrust the hips and the heart forward slightly, exhale, squeeze the belly in, and slowly thread your left elbow underneath your body, still keeping your hand to your head. Inhale, lift, press the hips forward. Exhale, squeeze the belly in and slowly rotate. Keep the hips high. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. That's 3. We're taking it to 7. And 4. Remember to activate the belly, bring it in and work slowly. 5. 6. And 7. Gently come down onto your hip. Let's take it to the left hip. Plan first. So the setup is similar, except that you'll bring your elbow to the ground and place your head in your palm. Keep your feet together. Bring your hands to your hips so that you don't swing your hips backwards or forwards too much. And inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, bring it down 7 times. So strengthening the inner thigh muscles, really important for reconnecting to your pelvic floors. If those muscles lose integrity and they don't communicate with the psoas, then we can never find that spinal integrity that we're looking for. We always rely on secondary core muscles to keep us stable. We're now finding our primary. And relax. Press into your palm, bring the left forearm to the ground. And lift your hip, hand behind the head. Inhale, open the chest, wing the ribs open, press the hips forward. Exhale, squeeze the belly in and rotate strongly, bringing the elbow under your body. Inhale, open. And exhale, twist, 7 again. We're on 6. And 7. And slowly come on down. Beautiful. Come all the way up. And just for a moment, sit on your knees and feel. If your neck is sore, just work out the neck. We're going to use the blanket again to activate the inner thighs. So bring the blanket to the inner thighs, but push it back a little bit so it's not sticking out too far through the front of the thighs. Walk your hands forward, place your elbows on the mat, and then interlock your palms. Walk your knees back, shift the weight of the elbows over, shift the weight of the shoulders over the elbows, pick your shins up, squeeze the blanket. And now we're going to take breath of fire, which is quick stacking breath out of the mouth on the exhales, but pull your belly up and in with each exhale. The inhale will happen naturally. Strong hand out, belly snaps up. And hold. Squeeze the blanket. Take 3 big breaths here. Squeeze the blanket. Notice what's happening to the core muscles as you squeeze your blanket. Stay with me. And release. Take the blanket away and come into a child's pose. Beautiful. Final floor here. Coming onto all fours. Palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Now check with the integrity of the spine. Again, you might find that your belly is just flopping down. You can always take your hand, pubic bone and belly button towards each other. It's just a very small little movement. You're not over tucking the tailbone. You're just drawing the pubic bone and the belly button towards each other. Feel that. Keep pressing firmly into the mat. Tuck your toes under. Press into the ball mounds of the toes. And then keep that belly engaged and lift your knees an inch or two off the ground. Hold. Stay with me. The belly will engage by default. Stay with me. And relax. Come to sit down on your heels. Roll out your shoulders. Roll out your wrists. And take a downward facing dog. Palms shoulder distance apart. Feet hips distance apart. Spread between the shoulders. Draw the skin up through the armpits, relax your neck. And just feel and stretch it out. Walk your hands towards you and exhale deeply. Take a moment. Inhalation, rise. And exhale, palms by your side. I'm going to move the view of the camera. And we're now using the wall. So you can, if you want, switch your mat around, but you don't have to. And please ensure that you have your blanket with you. We're going to do the wall. We're going to do the wall planks first. And this is only part 2 of this season. So by showing you the wall planks now, you'll be grateful for them later, because you can practice this at home anytime when you're waiting for the kettle to boil. Instead of just hanging around, do your wall planks. Face the wall. Place your palms 10 centimeters below the shoulders. Or so. About so far. Spread your palms. Walk back until your arms are outstretched. Then walk the feet a little bit further. Bring your feet together. This is a mountain butt? No. This is a sagging valley? No. You want to bring your body onto an inclined plane and have your palms either level with the shoulders or just above. Look directly between your thumbs. Now, tendency is to stick your butt out a bit. Pull your pubic bone and belly button together and squeeze the inner thighs. And that's it for now. We're going to take it a bit deeper in a moment. Lift the balls of the feet high onto the balls of the feet. Keep your gaze between your thumbs and then come down. Lift and come down. Lift and hold. Lift the kneecaps. Keep the body on an inclined plane. Now I'm going to challenge you. Walk your palms a good space higher than your shoulders. Keep the palms there and bring the heels down. Your palms are now higher. Lift up onto the balls of the feet and then bring the heels down. Lift up, hold, bend the elbows slightly towards the wall. So spin the eyes of the elbows up towards the ceiling first, the inner eyes of the elbows, then bend the elbows and come down towards the wall and then back. Bring the heels lower to the ground, spin the eyes of the elbows, press and come back. Walk your hands back to shoulder height. Deepen the heels down to the mat. Hold. So these can seem quite simple, but they're amazing for knitting the belly back after birth. Spin the eyes of the elbows up to the ceiling. When I say that, I mean this area of the inner elbow, turn it so that it faces up to the ceiling. And then once you've done that, bend the elbows towards the wall. And then push away. Spin the elbows, eyes face the ceiling, bend, come towards the wall, and press away. Spin the eyes, come towards the wall, hold, 1, 2, 3, press away, step towards the wall, relax your arms. Turn with your back to the wall and roll your blanket up and bring it between your thighs. Nobody likes this one, but it's really good for reconditioning all the pelvic floor muscles. Place your hands on the wall, walk your feet forward, and then slide your hips down the wall level with your knees, more or less. Heels underneath the knees. Push your shoulder blades into the wall first. You might have a bit of gap. We want to remove the gap now. Squeeze the blanket like crazy. Pull your pubic bone and belly button towards each other. Your lower back flattens into the wall. Relax your palms or bring them onto the wall. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Strongly pull pubic bone, squeeze the blanket. Inhale, relax slightly. Exhale, squeeze. Pull up through the pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, relax the blanket slightly. By default, when you squeeze the blanket, your pelvic floor muscles are turning on. And release, and switch on, and release, and switch on, and release. Squeeze and hold. Breath of fire. Straighten your legs, hallelujah. Drop the blanket, but we're not finished. Sorry, not quite. So just pause here for a moment. And then come back. Bring your feet closer together this time. Again, glue the lower back into the wall, roll pubic bone, belly button together. Press firmly onto the right foot. Hopefully the mat doesn't slide. Lift the left leg and bring it down. Lift your opposite leg and bring it down. And lift and bring it down. And lift and bring it down. Push into the palms and stand. You can build up your strength. I'm only going to do 2 today because it's only the part 2 of the core class. You can build up your strength until eventually you have 5 or 6 leg raises. They're not easy, but they're incredibly good for reconditioning core. Let's take the, you can come away from the wall now and take your mats back to your original position, or you can stay at the wall if you like the view of the camera, it really doesn't matter. And you're going to come to stand at the front of your mat. You'll need your blanket again, and this time you'll need your strap. We've got just enough time for this series. And it's a little bit of work. So, fold your blanket up like that. Good. Hold your blanket with your hands, in 2 hands, like so. Stand your feet hips distance apart. Reach your blanket up. Squeeze the palms to the blanket. And then slowly slide your hips down. Keep reaching and pressing your hands into the blanket. This is important. Hold. Draw the belly back and in. Pubic bone lifts to belly button. Then bring the blanket onto 2 hands. Curl forward. And then flip the blanket up and press it and let it drop onto the back of your hands. Look forward. Curl blanket in your palms. Lift the blanket and let it land on the back of your hands. Look forward. Curl, flip, let it land on the back of your hands. Curl, flipping the hands the other way, and then flip. One more time. Curl and flip, let the blanket go. Reach for the strap. These are not easy. These are not easy. Don't give up. Take your strap and wrap your hands around your strap. Your strap is just shoulder distance apart. Good. Feet hips distance apart. Draw the strap strongly up to the sky and pull powerfully on the strap. Now, not too wide. You don't want too wide of an angle, just outside the rim of the shoulders. Now, there's a huge difference when we just got our arms up and they're not active, to when we're pulling a strap and creating an active line through the body. Bend your knees, sink down, keep holding the strap high. Pick your right leg up, straighten it, and pulse the right leg a few times. Keep pulling strongly on the strap. Straighten your left leg, swing the right leg back. Bend the left knee, and press onto the ball of the right foot back of the mat. Hold the strap. Pull your pubic bone towards your belly button. Bend the right knee, pull the strap like crazy, and then straighten the leg. Bend and straighten. Really important to reconnect to the glutes as well, post-birth. Come up to center now, pause, hold the strap strong, find a neutral line through the spine. Now this is going to be tricky. Curl forward, pull the strap like crazy, and then curl over to your left side. Try and stay in balance. Draw back slightly, and then come to center. Curl forward, over to the left in a semicircle, all the way around, and center. Curl forward, semicircle, and center. Now, anchor your right foot to the ground and bring your strap in front of you. So the right foot is now fully on the ground with the toes rotated out slightly. Strap in front of you. Belly button presses up towards the navel. Lean back. Reach the strap up and lean back some more. Keep deep in the left knee. Hold. Press onto the ball of the right foot. Step forward, straighten, and relax the strap in front of you. We'll do the other side quickly. Reach the strap high, sit down in the chair. Shift your weight onto the left leg, pull the strap strong, pick the shift your weight onto your right leg, pick your left leg up and pulse. These movements very, very important for reconnection. Straighten the right leg, swing forward, bend the right knee, ball of the left foot lands to the ground. Reach high with the strap, deep breath in, exhale, left knee bends. Inhale, rise, don't touch the earth, just bring it down, keep holding the strap strong. This helps you connect to your whole torso and your core. And straighten up, hold. Now these curls. Draw the navel in, tuck your chin, curl forward, roll to the right, all the way back slightly, hold the strap strong, neutral. Curl forward, over to the right, and around, and center. We're engaging the full torso complex, the obliques, the deep transverse, the abdominis rectus. And then from here, right foot anchors to the ground, reach the strap forward. Pull your pubic bone up, deepen into the right knee, lean back into the spine slightly, then reach your arms high and keep going back, but keep the belly strong so that you don't become like a willow. Instead, you're a very strong ash rod. Hold. Press onto the ball of the foot, step, relax the strap out of your palms, and roll your shoulders out. Come to lying down on the mat and step the feet onto the ground in constructive rest. Relax your arms by your side. Close your eyes and just take a few breaths here as you let your breath come to normal. And feel into your whole body space. Do not be alarmed if you don't feel the tummy muscles yet. If you're not aware of the burn, it doesn't matter. Over time, they will connect, they will get stronger just because of these shapes that you're practicing. By default, the shapes encourage the belly muscles to turn on again, and then eventually you'll be able to feel what you're doing with them and isolate those muscles. At first, you will not feel the isolation of the muscles, and that's because after birth, we have to find them again. And it's okay, don't panic, just keep doing these exercises, and then over time you'll find, oh, they're here. Let's release the lower back. Take your right knee out to the side and bring the heel quite close to your seat. Take the left ankle over the right ankle, and you're in a cross-legged position lying down. Reach your arms overhead, stretching out the side of the spine, and just letting the knees fall open in this supine cross-legged position. We'll take 5 breaths on each side. Change the cross of the ankles, left ankle, right ankle in front of the left. 5 more breaths. Place your feet back onto the mat, relax your arms by your side. 2 deep breaths. If you don't have any questions, you might want to straighten your legs, turn off your camera, or listen to any questions that arise in your relaxation, or you might want to sit up and ask a question. It's entirely up to you. If you have any questions, please just unmute yourself and ask. You can also ask on the group at a later time if you need to. Any questions today? You good, Darren? You good, Tricia, Dom, Cara? Perfect. Okay. Have a beautiful day. I'll post this. Practice it as often as you can during the course of a week. Cara?
I wanted to just ask, like, I mean, obviously for me still at this stage, because there is abdominal separation, it's not so great coming from lying to sitting up, so we go on the side.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, is it good to just like kind of tighten your stomach muscles, just generally whatever you're doing? Like, so for instance, I have a standing desk. No, shouldn't do it. No.
So there's a difference between thinking that you're tightening your abdominal muscles and constricting your diaphragm so that you actually become tense. And you're always thinking of pulling your abdominals in, but pulling your abdominals in is very different than strengthening them through activity. I have found that the best way to reconnect with your core is strengthen your core through whatever activities you're doing and body awareness. So if you're just pulling your abdominals tight and you're typing at your desk like this, your shoulders are going to bunch in, you're not going to be able to breathe fully. There are times in the day when we need to have a soft, receptive, open abdominal cavity to receive the breath. It doesn't mean that the abdominals are weak necessarily, although with a separation, you have to have a level of awareness as well. So, for instance, when you pick your child up and you just go and pick them up like that, not the greatest idea. If you use a squat while you pick your child up, and then use that motion, you're using a different body awareness. If you're picking a child up from the couch, you can always turn your body, draw your belly in, lengthen your spine, pick up, bring to chest, rise and twist. And those kind of movements are engaging the obliques and letting you have some fun. A good way of bringing a separation together is to actually use your body weight. So if you have a tree branch around the house or around the garden, or anywhere really, or let's say your partner has a bar across the door that he likes to do his push-ups, grab the bar, hold on, and just swing your body side to side. Just by swinging your body side to side like that, what you are doing is you're engaging abdominal. hold the bar, walk your feet up the door frame, walk your feet down, walk your feet up the door frame, walk the feet down. Those fun movements reconnect the abdominal. If you go to the park, dance it a little, give baby to hubby, and whenever you see a tree, grab the tree and swing your body around the tree. Take a swing, because by taking your body through the center of gravity and moving it into different planes of motion like this, you're also reconnecting the abdominals. It's those twisting motions, side leaning motion, and slight back leaning motion without a deep back bend that's continuously finding reconnection.
Cool, thanks. Very helpful.
So yeah, so holding your tummy in when you're working is not going to help. It'll just make you anxious. But having fun with all of your other movements with baby, a little bit of dancing in the kitchen, then you're working.
Oh, thanks, Justin.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Have a nice
Have
week.
a beautiful day. Thanks, Darren.
Bye.
Bye-bye.